Every morning, two voices wake up with you. One says, stay in bed, stay safe, stay the same. The other whispers, get up, rise. This is the day you become more. Your life will depend on which one you listen to. You don't arrive at a fulfilled life by accident. Every outcome you experience, whether success or struggle, is the direct result of your habits, your mindset, and the discipline you practice each day. Discipline is not about restriction. It is the quiet commitment to rise above comfort, excuses, and temporary pleasures in favor of long-term growth. Without it, dreams stay as dreams. With it, even the most distant vision becomes reachable. When you look at those who have transformed their lives, you won't see luck, you'll see routine. You'll see someone who made the decision every single day to show up, to train, to reflect, to move forward. Discipline doesn't shout, it whispers. It shows up in your decision to get out of bed when you don't feel like it, in your choice to say no to distractions, in your will to stay focused on what truly matters. Most people wait for motivation, but the truth is, motivation comes and goes. It's discipline that stays. Motivation is the spark. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning. Without it, energy fades, goals drift, and life stays in the same loop. But with discipline, you create momentum, and momentum changes everything. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you sharpen your character. You build mental armor. You gain trust in yourself, and this trust becomes the foundation of a stronger, wiser version of you. You are not born with discipline. It is earned through repetition, through effort, through sacrifice, and over time, discipline becomes freedom. Because when you have control over your actions, your habits, your mind, you become unshakable. The world may change, but your path remains steady. That is the power of discipline, and that is why it defines your destiny. Big goals often inspire us, but they can also overwhelm us. It's easy to dream about transformation, but real change is never about what you plan to achieve one day. It's about what you consistently choose to do today. The small, seemingly insignificant actions you take daily hold far more power than any once-a-year resolution or sudden burst of motivation. Every step, no matter how small, is a building block for the life you are trying to create. We often wait for the perfect moment to start something important, but the truth is, there is no perfect moment. The only moment that exists is now, and what you do with this moment determines whether you move forward or remain stagnant. If you meditate for 5 minutes today, drink more water, choose discipline over distraction, those small victories begin to shape your mind, your habits, and eventually your identity. The person who takes tiny, deliberate actions each day will always outperform the one who makes grand declarations but rarely follows through. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. Success is not a leap, it's a series of small, intentional steps repeated over time. Each action either moves you closer to your ideal life or further away from it. You might not see the change immediately, and that's where most people give up. But life rewards patience, and momentum is built quietly. The results come when you stack one good decision on top of another. That is how discipline compounds. That is how transformation occurs quietly, invisibly, then all at once. When you master your daily actions, you stop relying on luck or inspiration. You become the architect of your life, and the blueprint is made, not in your dreams, but in your choices, one day at a time, in the journey of personal growth. Balance is essential. You cannot elevate the mind while neglecting the body, just as you cannot build physical strength while allowing the mind to remain restless. Both must be trained with equal attention. The body is your vehicle in this life. When it is strong, energized, and capable, you move through the world with more confidence and presence, but strength alone without awareness can lead to imbalance. That is why the mind must be still, focused, and centered. Only when both are aligned do you truly begin to access your full potential. Physical training is more than just movement. It is an act of self-respect. It teaches discipline, endurance, and resilience. Every drop of sweat is a reminder that growth requires effort. It's a daily message to yourself that you are worth the work. It sharpens your spirit by challenging your limits. But even as the body strengthens, the mind must be quieted. A strong body with a chaotic mind is like a warrior with no direction. That is why stillness, through practices like meditation or mindful breathing, is not optional. It is vital. Stillness is not the absence of movement. It is the presence of deep awareness. It is where clarity arises, where distractions fall away, and where true insight is found. When you still the mind, you become more present, more focused, more in control. You learn to respond to life instead of reacting blindly. To grow fully, you must honor both parts of yourself. Train the body not to impress others, but to become capable. Still the mind not to escape life, but to engage with it more clearly. The harmony of strength and stillness creates a foundation that is unshakable. And from that foundation, transformation becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Your thoughts are the quiet architects of your life. Every belief you hold, every emotion you feel, every action you take, they all begin as thoughts. If you allow your mind to be filled with doubt, fear, or negativity, those thoughts will eventually shape your reality. What you repeatedly think, you begin to believe, and what you believe becomes the foundation for how you act and live. This is why it is essential to guard your thoughts with the same seriousness that a warrior guards the gates of a fortress. Most people live on autopilot, unaware of the mental patterns they've accepted over the years. They allow outside influences, media, conversations, past experiences, to fill their minds without questioning them. But if you are not the one controlling your thoughts, then someone or something else is. You must become the observer of your mind, noticing which thoughts serve you and which ones slowly pull you away from the life you want to live. The power of a single thought should never be underestimated. A thought can motivate you to rise early and train, or it can convince you to give up before even trying. A thought can heal or it can harm. That is why daily awareness is not a luxury. It is a necessity. When you intentionally plant positive, focused, and empowering thoughts, you shape your inner world, and when the inner world changes, the outer world follows. You cannot control every thought that arises, but you can choose which ones you feed, starve the ones that weaken you, nourish the ones that strengthen you. This is how you begin to take control of your mind, because when you master your thoughts, you master your direction, and from there you begin to design your life, consciously, powerfully, and with purpose. When it comes to personal transformation, most people believe they need to make a massive change overnight. They think one intense workout, one breakthrough moment, or one inspired decision will rewrite their entire life. But true change does not work that way. It is not about intensity once in a while. It's about consistency every single day. What you do regularly has far more power than what you do occasionally, no matter how impressive that occasional effort might be. Consistency builds momentum. Each small action may feel insignificant on its own, but over time, those actions compound. They begin to shape your habits, your mindset, and your identity. A single drop of water doesn't seem like much, but a steady drip over time can carve through solid rock. That is the quiet power of staying consistent even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. Many people give up because they don't see results fast enough. They underestimate how powerful their daily effort is simply because the results are not immediate. But life does not reward flashes of effort. It rewards the ones who stay the course, who show up day after day, who master the repetition. Discipline is not about doing something perfectly, it is about doing it again and again until it becomes part of who you are. When you commit to consistency, you no longer rely on motivation. You act because it is your standard. And when it becomes your standard, progress is no longer a question of if. It's only a matter of time. This is the mindset of a true master. Not someone who moves in bursts, but someone who shows up regardless of how they feel. And in that daily showing up, real transformation takes root and becomes unshakable. Real change does not begin when circumstances improve or when someone finally gives you permission. It begins the moment you decide to take full responsibility for your life. Waiting for the perfect time, the right person, or a sign from the world only delays what you already have the power to begin. No one is coming to rescue you. The only person who can transform your life is you. This truth may seem harsh at first, but it is Also the most liberating, because once you understand that you are in control, you also understand that nothing can stop you but yourself. Transformation is not a switch that flips. It is a decision followed by action and then reinforced by commitment. You do not have to know every step ahead. You just have to begin. The first move may be small, waking up earlier, drinking more water, journaling your thoughts, walking instead of scrolling. But that small move made with purpose sets a new direction. That direction becomes a path. That path becomes a new way of living. Excuses may still appear and fear may whisper in your ear, but when you truly decide, nothing will be stronger than your will to evolve. Your past does not define your future unless you allow it to. Each moment is a chance to act differently, to think more clearly, to become more aligned with the person you know you can be. You are not waiting on anything. The door to transformation is already open. All it requires is the courage to walk through it. And each time you choose action over avoidance, growth over comfort, and purpose over procrastination, you step further into your power. In that power, your life doesn't just change. It begins to reflect who you truly are.